Hey, this is BlindFox and welcome at my ration review. Please support the channel, please subscribe and please go and donate on patreon.com. Today is the breakfast menu of our 2023 RationTech 24-hour ration. When I ordered this, there was two rations on their website, or two main stuff. It was the gourmet meals and the normal rations. They call it the tactical one in the past. They don't put in on any kcal information as they used to. But here we go. I've opened it and showed you everything that was in there before. Yeah, this is menu free. I can't remember if I mentioned that. We've got the same spork as usual, which is nice. It's got a nice long handle. The only thing it sucks doing is mixing the porridge, which is sorghum in this case, which does clump less than the maize porridge do. They don't say how much water to mix this with. In the past, you used a cup for that. We've got our 1, 2, 3. I think there's 3 chocolate chip cookies here. We've got a grape isotonic drink. I don't think I've had this before. There's no lactose-free drink in this ration. A shame. We've got 4 coffees in this particular ration, which is nice because you can, of course, add both of them to a cup, which means that your cup of coffee is stronger. You can also dump all 4 of them into one cup if you really need to, which I'm not going to do. We're going to do our chocolate energy bar. In the past, this has not been, there's no chocolate around this, just the inner side of sort of a protein bar, which is cool because it can't really melt, or if it do, it doesn't stick to the paper. Then we've got our peanut butter, which frankly, I don't know where to use this, and I can feel it has separated, so here you have to knead this. And it's in a, I like this, it's in a separate Ziploc bag. Whether it's just particular to this specific ration, I'm not sure, but I do like it being in its own little Ziploc, because sometimes these stuff leak oil whether it's sealed or not. And it will, if it bursts or anything, it will keep all of the rest of your ration clean. So that's everything. So what we need is hot water for this, hot water for this, cold water for this, and the rest is just eat as is. So I'll go and mix this. As I said, the only thing it doesn't mix well is, or the spoon doesn't mix well, is the porridges. For this you need a fork, and you need to mix it vigorously. We do have a ration heater, which we're not going to use in this meal. There's only 2 sachets. So somewhere you need to actually have stuff to heat water for breakfast. So I'll go and mix everything and I will be back. Hey, let's see, there we go. We've got our porridge. It's still sort of rehydrating still. We'll start with our peanut butter since it's the most weirdest thing here. It tastes peanutty. It's really still oily. Not bad. You can of course have it on your cookie. Then it will just be a peanut chocolate cookie. So I presume some people will do that. Mix the peanut butter with the cookies. Some will just drink it like that. Some might even mix them in the porridge. I don't know. This is supposed to be the grape one, if I remember right. Funny color for it, but it said grape. I hope I chose the right one. It just tastes sweet. It doesn't taste pineapple. It wasn't pineapple. I really don't know what this is, but it's interesting. It's fruity, very strong when it's 500 ml. The moment you add some water with it, the strong tartness goes away and it gets quite sweet. We've got our protein thing, very flexible. It's not really hot today when I shoot this thing. You can see it's flexible. It's not sticky at all. It doesn't really stick to me. It's just very flexible. Chewy. Not as sticky. Doesn't stick to your teeth at all, but it does taste proteiny. But you can see how malleable this is. You can literally roll it into little balls. Doesn't stick to me. Makes my hand a bit sticky, but not really. Me, of course, I would rather prefer to replace some of the peanut butter with some peanuts, just more in a usable form. Here we go. I've added a cup of water here, since that's what it took in the past. There is still lumps in there, since this stuff you can't mix without lumps, but still. I think it might be less than the maize. I didn't add any sugar to this, neither did I add any creamer. You can add creamer here, it makes it a bit more creamy, but the taste isn't maize, it's not like maize. It might be more, I've never had wheat porridge in my life, but it's not like oats. It's not actually like wheat, it's got a taste all of its own. Quite interesting though. I don't know if you ever can get sorghum porridge. If you do, really try it for once. If you don't like maize porridge, you might actually like this. It's a grainy taste though. It's interesting. I'm not a real porridge fan, but if I have a choice between this and maize porridge, I choose this any day. So let's do the coffee. I've had 2 sachets here, and I didn't use a full cup. Nice coffee. This does have a slight nutty flavor to it. I don't know what type of coffee they use. It's not as astringent as some coffees, so if you're not a coffee fan, it's good for you, because it won't really offend you that much. We've got our chocolate chip cookie. There's chocolate chips in there. Buttery, crispy. This tastes like shortbread with chocolate chips in it. I really like the actual cookies, because it tastes crispy. It's not soft, it's not too hard. It's just a nice crispy taste with the chocolate chips. As I say, you can add the peanut butter, and I know you Americans will say yes, we do add the peanut because we like peanut butter in every shape, form and method of serving. You can also add it to your porridge if you really have to. I've known people to do that, but the peanut butter here doesn't work for me. It goes well, the cookie goes well with the coffee. It goes well without the coffee, it's not too dry. It goes good with the cool drink. It's crispy, as I said, nice and buttery. It's a good cookie. So what do I think about the breakfast? I like the sorghum. At least it's not banana. If this was banana sorghum, I would have dumped all the creamers in here, but since it's normal sorghum, I can leave it alone. Coffee is fine. And you do get those extra coffees, which is cool, so you've got an extra cup of coffee. You can even make it more stronger. You've got this, I'm sure I read grape drink. It doesn't look the color of grape, but I don't know if it smells grape. It just tastes fruity and sweet to me. It can be because I've got a slight cold that my taste sense buds is a bit, or my taste is a bit affected. This just tastes like the normal protein bar in it. Cookie is nice as always. Peanut butter, a bit runny, but you're not gonna really, I think you might just splurt this in your mouth and then take a bite of the cookie. It's got 2 advantages. It's not as dry as some of these are, but it doesn't really fit with the ration anymore. I would much rather have a normal peanuts or something, but that's just me. So that was our breakfast portion of the Select 2023. The 24-hour ration, day menu free. This is the normal ration, not the gourmet one. When I ordered it, there was 2 rations, the normal one, or the tactical one as they call it sometimes, and the gourmet one. This is the normal one. So far I like the Select stuff this year again. South African rations are interesting. It's not as there's not such a varied amount of contents normally than some of the other nations got, but our food has sometimes got less preservatives in them and a lot less salt. And there's stuff you will not get anywhere else. For example, sorghum porridge. Now that was our breakfast, so thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. We've got some interesting stuff to look forward to. I think there might be some stuff we haven't tasted yet in this ration, but hey, see you at my next ration review, and thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, please go and donate on patreon.com, and see you at my next ration review.